First check. I'm wearing the old beat up Divex that I bought on eBay and kind of brought back to life. It's on a green Tropic FKM. Really cool watch. Neat profile though, right? It's like half toothy bezel, half case. It's actually quite thin. But man, am I super excited to get to what is in here. It is from, man, one of my favorite brands. It's just a really cool company run by a really cool dude who's just doing, yeah, you know, I almost say crazy things. Maybe it's borderline crazy things, but just doing fun things, really not afraid to step outside the box, take some chances, and just have some fun with their watches. And you know, so far I think it is working because I have a couple of their watches and they are two of my favorites. They do see a lot of wrist time, and I'm hoping this one will be quite the same. Let's see if we can get this thing unwrapped. All right, so cool new tin. This is different packaging than I have seen before. I love this kind of like wax, faux wax emblem there on that. Super cool. This tin got a polishing cloth in here. So you kind of have your Van Banner watermark. Pretty sweet. Oh man, this is going to be amazing. Prepare to be wowed because this is going to be super cool. And oh man, this is great. Check this guy out. Kind of subtle in that gray and distressed gunmetal, but man, I love the worn edges. But those bursts of blue that just really scream out at you are freaking incredible. Oh man, this is fun. This is a big boy. Oops. But I'll tell you what, I have been hankering for, after I downsized my collection, I kind of was really hankering for, I didn't have any big chunky GFY dive watches in my collection anymore, and I have been hankering for one so bad, and I really think this is gonna fill that role and just be a blast to wear. Man, that is wild. Let's take a closer look because there's some cool stuff going on with this dial. It's like a sandwich dial with a sector, all sorts of different textures. Elongated date window. I bet the lume on this thing is nuts. The blue hands and hour markers are wild. Like, you know, who thinks to do that, right? Van Banner does. They do these really different things. It's watches like no one else is making right now. You know, I wasn't sure how I'd feel about the stress case, but man, I've always loved like old CWCs where they have that kind of where the black PVDs started to wear off, and this kind of has that effect with the corners kind of showing through as silver. I really love that. I love these. What do you call these kind of lugs? I don't really have a name. I don't know what it is, but they look cool. All right, we got to try this thing out on wrist. All right, here it is on the supplied leather strap. And a really nice matching buckle too. Always nice that they think of that. Now this is a 45mm watch. Now you got to figure how you're going to measure that because you don't really want to get that nameplate in there because, well, I didn't. I just kind of measured it at the bezel, and yeah, it's 45mm. It's a big boy, but it's not overhanging my wrist. This is probably about the max I can pull off. But man, I love how big and present it is. Super cool. But there is another strap in here that, well, I just got to try it on this because this just takes wild and doubles down on it with this kind of black mesh. Both of these are signed. It's leather too. You'll see it's kind of wood burn stamped with the LEA, and then you get the LEA on here. So I'm going to go ahead, put this on there, and we'll check that out too. I panicked for a second thinking, oh no, do I have the 24mm spring bars I'm going to need for this bracelet? Then inside the tin, I saw their instruction pamphlet, and attached inside of there was a little baggie with two 24mm spring bars. So yeah, that is a really good company. That's a great sign. They know what our needs are going to be, and they're planning ahead for it. Okay, here it is on the supplied black mesh bracelet. It's a pretty cool mesh bracelet. It has real easy to adjust, really nice, easy to use clasp. And man, it just looks so funky and crazy on here. There's so many textures and finishes going on. But yeah, I mean, it is definitely a cool, super fun option. I would love to get myself like a blue rubber something that matches these hands. I think that would look wild on here. I do have one other blue 24mm strap. I'm going to chuck it on here real quick so we can get an idea what that'll look like. Okay, so I mostly just wanted to see what a blue strap was going to look like on this watch. And yeah, you know, blue straps are hard. They don't go with much, but I think they're going to kill on this watch. This is one I just happen to have laying around from, I think from an old Helson or something like that. And it fits on here really cool. It looks great. Stitching kind of matches the loom, but a blue rubber is what I think is going to crush. I think in the meantime, I'm going to wear it on this leather strap because this is a really nice, comfortable, felt really good on wrist. And so let's just take a quick run around the watch real quick. So bezel action. Oh yeah, really nice, crisp, medium to tight resistance, you know, just like I like. A little bounce back after each click, and then it kind of settles in real nice and solid. Alignment, fantastic. It's got a big old crown on it, which, you know, really suits this case's size. 7.8, 8mm crowns are where it's at. But man, it is a joy to use. It is super easy to get a hold of, real easy to wind, set, all that jazz. No problems using that crown. It has a really nice, smooth feel to it too. Love that giant second tan with the red tip on it. We do have drilled lugs in here. Display case back with their red print on it like they've done with the Parking Master. Like I said, I'm a fan of it. To me, it's better than a boring old stamped case back. You know, it takes a display back and adds a little bit of flavor to it. Some people don't like the view being blocked, but I get it either way. I'm here for it. But yeah, this thing is legit. So I'll be doing a full review on this guy soon. Keep your eyes peeled for that. In the meantime, I'll close you out with a loom shot. Holy smokes. Look at all the flavors of loom on this bad boy. I wish my camera's kind of making the blues and greens look pretty close to one another, but they're really distinct in person with kind of the numerals, the triangle, that minute track is all in green. The bezel and the hands are very clearly in blue, and it is bright and crisp as could be. What a super fun watch. All right, guys, so that's the LEA from Van Banner. I'll put a link in the description to their website. Go check it out because there is like 6 different versions with different dial colors and even different dial layouts. And there is a model that doesn't have the black distressed case finishing either. So go peep them out. The LEA from Van Banner.